When a father and son embarked on a seemingly thrilling day of cave diving, they never imagined the tragedy that would unfold. Deep within Florida's infamous Manatee Springs cave system, the group encountered the harsh realities of underwater exploration. An unrelenting current, disorienting tunnels, and an unforgiving loss of air. What began as a bonding experience turned into a nightmare of panic, struggle, and heartbreaking loss. This is the chilling, detailed story of the Manatee Springs tragedy. On March 14, 2022, Sam and Henry, two close friends with years of diving experience, decided to take their passion for underwater exploration to a new level. With their introductory cave diving certifications in hand, the pair set their sights on Florida's renowned Manatee Springs cave system. Wanting to make the experience memorable, they invited their fathers, Robert and John, to join them on the adventure. The trip symbolized both challenge and bonding, a perfect opportunity for the group to test their skills in one of the most iconic cave systems in the state. The plan was ambitious yet seemingly straightforward. The group would enter the cave system through Fragments Sink, traverse approximately 1,700 feet underwater, and exit at another sinkhole known as Catfish Hotel. They prepared diligently, bringing state-of-the-art diving equipment, including high-pressure tanks, dive computers, and powerful primary and backup lights. However, despite their enthusiasm and preparation, there was one glaring oversight. None of the divers had full cave diving certification. This omission would soon prove fatal. Manatee Springs is celebrated for its breathtaking underwater landscape, a labyrinth of submerged passageways carved over millennia by the steady flow of water. Its clear waters and intricate limestone formations attract divers from around the world. The system is composed of multiple entrances, including Fragments Sink, Sue's Sink, and Catfish Hotel, which provide access to a sprawling network of caves that stretches for thousands of feet beneath the surface. Despite its beauty, Manatee Springs is not for the faint of heart. The system is classified as a siphon, meaning water flows forcefully downstream from one point to another, creating a powerful current that can assist or hinder divers, depending on their direction. The tunnels themselves are deceptive. Simplified maps fail to convey the true complexity of the terrain, with its split pathways, false exits, tight passages, and unexpected rock formations. Without prior experience or proper training, even experienced divers can become lost or trapped in its maze-like structure. At 11:17 a.m., the group began their dive, entering the cave system through Fragments Sink. The initial descent was magical. The water was pristine, and visibility was excellent. Intricate rock formations came into view as they followed the main guideline. A rope designed to guide divers safely through the cave. The current was gentle, and the downstream flow made their progress seem effortless. The group felt confident as they moved deeper into the system. Their first milestone was Sue's Sink, an emergency exit approximately 975 feet from Fragments Sink. The faint glow of daylight above was visible through a thin rope leading upward, but the team ignored it, confident in their plan to reach Catfish Hotel another 700 feet ahead. Spirits were high, and everything seemed to be going as planned. Trouble struck suddenly and without warning. Approximately 700 feet past Sue's Sink, the group encountered a devastating obstacle. The main guideline abruptly ended. This thin rope, their only lifeline in the disorienting maze, was no longer visible. In the pitch-black expanse of the underwater cave, this realization was terrifying. Without the guideline, the divers had no reliable way to navigate the complex tunnels, which looked nothing like the simplified maps they had studied. Robert, sensing the danger, used his waterproof notebook to write a single haunting word: Manatee. It was a question that revealed his growing fear, that they might have overshot Catfish Hotel and swum too close to the dangerous siphon exit at Manatee Spring. This exit, infamous among divers, was a small, forceful hole that acted like a vacuum, sucking anything in its path through its narrow opening. The group made the critical decision to turn back and retrace their steps, hoping to locate the missed exit line to Catfish Hotel or return to Sue's Sink. However, turning back in a siphon system meant battling the very current that had made their initial progress so easy. As the group turned around, the gentle current they had enjoyed earlier became a relentless force. Moving upstream in a siphon system is one of the most physically demanding challenges for divers. And this was no exception. The water pushed against them with unrelenting pressure, forcing the divers to pull themselves hand over hand along the main guideline. Every movement required immense strength, and the effort quickly drained their energy. The increased exertion caused their breathing rates to skyrocket. The dive computers on their wrists flashed warnings as their heart rates rose and their air supplies depleted at an alarming rate. What had been a manageable dive now became a race against time and oxygen. Anxiety began to spread through the group, but they remained focused on finding their way back to Sue's Sink. After what felt like an eternity, Sam spotted a faint glow of daylight filtering through the water. It was the emergency exit at Sue's Sink. Signaling Robert, he pushed forward with all his strength, pulling himself up the thin upline to the surface. The pair broke through the water's surface into an unfamiliar pond, gasping for air and momentarily relieved to have escaped the cave. Their relief was short-lived. As the minutes passed, it became clear that Henry and John were not behind them. The realization that the other pair was still trapped below sent a wave of dread through Sam and Robert. Meanwhile, Henry and John were locked in a desperate battle for survival. The current continued to push against them, and their air supplies were dwindling rapidly. John's powerful floodlight, which was meant to illuminate their path, inadvertently became a hindrance. The bright light washed out the faint glow of Sue's Sink's upline, preventing them from seeing the exit. Unknowingly, they swam past it, continuing downstream toward Friedman's Sink. Henry, younger and more physically fit, managed to fight his way to Friedman's Sink, their original entry point, and surfaced just in time. However, when he looked back, his father was nowhere to be seen. Panic set in as Henry realized his father might still be trapped in the cave below. Sam, Robert, and Henry immediately called for help. At 12:50 p.m., rescue teams arrived, including experienced divers from the International Underwater Cave Rescue and Recovery Team. These experts, trained for the most challenging underwater recoveries, entered the cave system in search of John. Tragically, they found John's body just 100 feet from Friedman's Sink. His air tanks were empty, and his dive computer revealed his final movements had occurred at 12:17 p.m., just minutes after Henry had surfaced. John had been agonizingly close to safety, but was overwhelmed by exhaustion and suffocation in the siphon's relentless grip. The Manatee Springs tragedy underscores the inherent risks of cave diving. Despite their certifications and advanced equipment, the group lacked the full training and experience required for such a complex traverse. Critical mistakes, like missing the faint glow of Sue's Sink's upline and underestimating the siphon's current, compounded the dangers. Cave diving is an unforgiving pursuit where even small errors can have catastrophic consequences. The tragedy serves as a sobering reminder of the importance of adhering to safety protocols, diving within certification limits, and respecting the unpredictable power of nature. Cave diving offers an unmatched sense of adventure, but demands respect and preparation. If you are drawn to its allure, obtain full certification and train with experienced divers. Understand the risks and limits of the cave system. Always prioritize safety over ambition. Share this story to honor John's memory and remind others of the importance of preparation in extreme exploration. Let this tale serve as both a tribute and a warning to adventurers everywhere.